Hey guys, Jeremy here from the School of Wok. If you're sick and tired of your Christmas dinner, why not try this recipe? Hong Kong style Char Siu from my new book, Hong Kong Diner. Hong Kong style Char Siu. It's a really simple recipe. The bright red for my home style recipe doesn't come from food colouring, which is nice. We've got some pork shoulder steaks here. You can use shoulder steaks, pork neck fillets, actually really nice as well. Or if you want to go a little leaner, you can use just pork fillets with no fat in at all. But for me, a little bit of marbling makes it taste really good. Ginger and garlic to start off, nice and finely chopped. Now if you wet your garlic first when you're bashing it, and it just pings out. That droplet of water just helps to let it slip out. And then your surface area of your knife, absolutely great for bashing things that are fibrous, like a bit of garlic. Roughly chopped. Just set that aside for a second. And then your ginger. Again, similar sort of amounts of ginger to your garlic. And you want to peel your ginger first. Anything blunt, like a teaspoon or butter knife. Absolutely great for peeling ginger because you won't lose anything. So if you've seen me do that before, hopefully you're not too bored of it by now, but hey, it helps. We do tend to use a lot of ginger, garlic, spring onion, the core ingredients of Chinese cooking. Nice, finely chopped or roughly chopped ginger. My ginger and garlic ready for my pork. Now the pork, depending on what cut you've got, if you want to sort of mimic more that sort of restaurant style Char Siu, then you might want to cut it into sort of longer strips of meat. We got ours from the butcher here, so you get a really nice chunk of pork shoulder. Ginger and garlic straight over the top of that. And then it really is as simple as making up this sauce. It gives it this sticky sort of honey, slightly red, sweet savoury flavour over the top. So the base ingredients here, we're starting with some 5-spice. Now Chinese 5-spice, some core ingredients of 5-spice, star anise, cinnamon, nutmeg, fennel seeds. And then either some ginger powder, garlic powder, Sichuan peppercorn, ground up. They're all very strong flavours, so if you smell 5-spice, it will smell almost Christmassy. In fact, this is a great recipe for that sort of time of year when you feed a lot of people. But when you're using 5-spice, use it sparingly. Half a teaspoon for this amount of pork is plenty. We've got some white pepper to go with that, similar amounts. Tomato paste. That's to make the pork just that deeper sort of red colour. In restaurants, as I say, they're more likely to use a sort of red food colouring. Absolutely unnecessary. Dark soy sauce, a couple of teaspoons of dark soy to give that caramelised, darker maroon colour to the finish of the sauce. And then we've got here some sesame oil, which again I'm going to go for 2 teaspoons, roughly, very roughly, of sesame oil. That's there for that sort of nutty, toasted flavour. Moving on to the sort of larger quantities of sauce. Understanding quantities of sauce in Chinese cuisine is really important. So this is where we're starting to build flavour, a balance of savoury, sweet, salty. Savoury or savoury sweet sort of aroma will come from things like this. This is a sort of Shaoxing rice wine, very similar to a savoury dry sherry almost. Light soy sauce for saltiness, 2 tablespoons of that. Now we're going to the thicker, more caramelized ingredients. Hoisin sauce. I'm going to go for 4 spoons of hoisin. And then to add to that caramelization, 4 spoons of good honey. Look at that, nice and syrupy. And that's what's going to create that caramelization for that classic Hong Kong style char siu. Now this recipe is actually in my book Hong Kong Diner. All about Hong Kong street food, and before I get my hands dirty, you see, I mean, in the actual recipe here, we cook this char siu on the barbecue. So I skewered it and popped it onto the barbecue itself and cooked it at low and slow, 160 for about an hour and a half. You can do it on the barbecue. Obviously here in the school, I'm going to do it in the oven. Give that a good mix through. Don't do this with a spoon. Get your hands dirty, get into the food and really, really sort of feel what you're cooking. Got that nice sticky texture, a good balance of sweet, salty, savoury flavour. Ideally, you want to cover that, leave it overnight, let it marinate. But the flavour of this is so strong that even after 5 minutes or so, you'll still get a really good char siu flavour. All we need now is a roasting tray. You want to pop your char siu into a roasting tray. You can keep that overnight if you wish. Marinate it straight in for cooking. Anywhere between 150 to 180 degrees C in your oven. Or if you're setting up your barbecue, not too high a heat, just keep your coal on the side and let that sort of sizzle away and char nicely. At 180, the higher heat, you're going to cook it a little bit quicker. So it might take 30 to 40 minutes and then char it with the grill function in the oven afterwards. On a low and slow 150, anywhere between an hour and a half to 2 hours should do the job. The char siu's got the great char now. See that colour on there. And traditionally you'd have this hanging in windows in the streets of Hong Kong. Every other restaurant would have char siu on the front of their restaurant. You can see how lovely and tender it is and succulent that meat is inside. But with that charred finish on the outside, it's just seriously Moorish. So I've slow cooked this, got a nice soft finish. For me, I could just eat that by itself. If you wanted some steamed rice on the side, maybe some stir-fried pak choi, and you've got a full dinner. Hong Kong style char siu, all about the marinade and just roasting away. That looks irresistible. Delicious. If you want to buy a School of Wok gift, what did I say? Check out our School of Wok shop online shop. School of Wok gift vouchers are a great present for all of your loved ones. Check out our online shop and click on the link in the description.